We're gonna go ahead and do another really quick video. And we had done some poppies prior to this one, and I showed you poppy pods on that. And so let's just hurry and do some poppy pods today. So we're gonna draw them and quickly add paint. This is one I've made for my shop, and we'll use it as a reference. The poppy pods are when the poppy flowers have dried, and these lovely, lovely pods appear. And they're seed pods. So that's in the spring. That would actually be any time now, because the flowers have bloomed. They're kind of round. They have a little bit of a, before the stem, a little bit of a shape there. And then they have these, I kind of call them star shapes on the top. And that's where the seeds are encased in. And then the seeds, actually that becomes the opening for where underneath this little star is where the seeds become able to come out. So I usually like odd numbers versus even numbers. And you'll see on this one, there's actually 6, which is an even number. I'm gonna go ahead and just draw a line here. And it works for me because just of the way they're arranged. So there are really no definite rules, but just some guidelines sometimes. Whoops, our star is not as pointed as we would like it to be there. Now, the stalks for these actually become a lot thicker than the poppy stalks are, and they tend to be straight versus drooping down. Before they bloom, a pod will droop down. In fact, just because, let's just do, this is what, and this is not a poppy pod. Well, I think it is. It's where the flower is before its petals open and it comes in bloom. So that one droops this way. When they're pods, they usually are more erect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add some paint to these quick. And they're so fun to paint because I think you can add all kinds of color to them, and I really, really enjoy that. They tend to be a light bluish green color. And then the highlights and such that you can add, you can just go crazy with color on them. Remember, just like anything that we've talked about as we've painted, I like to leave what I call highlights in. As I'm adding the paint, you see these white areas that I have not added color to, and for me, it just creates, especially if it's a curved image, whoops, it's not really wanting to go, it helps create the roundness of it. And you can see that they're just, oh, okay, now this is the one that will be green, because this is the one that has the flower inside, and it's encased in there. These are the ones that, after the flower has bloomed, then becomes the part of the cycle of the poppy. Dries out a little and the seeds are coming up. Okay, so very quickly I'm going to add some color to the little top stars is what I call them. And these are on the top of the poppies. When the poppy does, I'm going to bring some of that here. When the poppy does, the bloom goes off, but they are more attached to this round part, and then as the poppy stalk dries out more, they lift it themselves from this little bulb, and then the seeds come out under there. Everything's quite wet, and so I'm just adding things quickly, and we're still going to end up with some wet. It's going to perhaps make it a little harder for us, but I just wanted this to be a really quick one. I'm going to bring out my heat gun and see if we can't just get that to dry quick for a minute. Now we'll just keep going here and be able to finish this up. And that squeak was my door. I think I need to oil that. We'll come back to these little stars on the top. I'm going to add just a little bit more color to the pods here. Sometimes when things are round, then they've got a darkness on the bottom. So we're going to make that assumption here and put a little darkness there. Sometimes when I've got a little color, I'll add it to the stalks also. Looks like the tops are just a little bit dry, so I'm going to add some brown to these little stars. First we came in with the blue, and now I'm going to come in with some brown. And at this point, they actually are almost a black, but I don't like to work with black. Okay, then I just keep continuing. I'm going to dry this in. Makes it dry enough that we can just add a little bit more to them. Just play just a little bit. I have at times seen some of these that almost do have a texture to them. Okay, that one color that I can quickly see that I'm going to add, and then we're going to call this our video. And how fast was that? How fun was that? And that is, I'm just going to add a little bit of red, and then certainly these can still have some work done to them, but I don't want that to be at the expense of a short video. So I'm going to kind of hold it at this, and then I think the more color you add, it just kind of adds character to it. I don't always blend that color in, but there we go. Okay. Oh, wait. We got to sign our image and work here. So here we go. We're going to sign it, and then if you guys get a chance and want to send me your videos, Grandma always loves to see your pictures that you've been painting. Okay, have fun with this one, guys. Love ya. Bye-bye.